Alright everyone, welcome back to the You Like That podcast. Once again, my name is Adam and I am one half of the You Like That podcast.
My name's Jack, I'm the other half of the You Like That podcast.
Very true, very true. Welcome back again. Another new movie episode on our belts. We're doing pretty well with these new movies. They may not be the best movies, but they are new.
Yeah, we're going for quantity over quality these days.
Exactly right. And there's some hidden gems in between here and there. So today we will be talking about the latest Liam Neeson flick, Honest Thief. We do have a fair bit of news to jump into at first, as always. And we have a shit ton of questions too to get through at the end. So kudos to you guys for chucking some fucking...
Guys. I guess they were bored this morning.
Brooke sent about 6 Would You Rather questions.
Oh, hell yeah.
And then
I love those.
All of our other fans have just jumped in and put in some... I think there's only about 2 or 3 movie-related questions. And the rest is just...
2 or 3 too many. Stop asking about movies.
We're going to limit it to just one a week, so you're going to have to talk amongst yourself on...
I went to buy this shirt today from America. It's a plain black shirt with big block writing. It just says movies suck. And I was like, oh, that's funny. Like, I'll wear that ever record. Buying things from America when we're in Australia, in the current state of the world, it was going to be a $64 joke.
Yeah.
For one t-shirt. And I was just like, you know what? I'll just keep saying I hate movies on the podcast. I don't need a shirt to say that.
It's a cheaper way to do it.
God.
We hate movies.
Yeah.
You hate movies. I love movies. All right. Yeah. Let's jump into some news. So, first one I want to jump in with is we finally got our first look at Tom Holland as Nathan Drake. The Uncharted film. We've got a couple extra set photos as well, but the main draw is what does Tom Holland look like as a titular character?
Looks like Tom Holland wearing some clothes, pretty much. They didn't even dye his hair black.
Nah. Well, I mean, Nathan Drake is more of a darky brown hair, and I mean the outfit itself is completely on par with the character. It's spot on looking, and it's I'm not mad.
Yeah, the set looked pretty cool too in the background. You don't see much of it, but
yeah, but you
look cool. Look pretty Uncharted 2-y.
Uncharted 2, Uncharted 3.
Yeah.
But that's the big take from that, and then we just got some set photos. We had what looked to be like an artifact hidden in an underground ruin. And then like a book of the past, and it had like a painting of I'm guessing a famous treasure hunter, possibly. Maybe one Sir Francis Drake. We won't know until that happens.
There's no plot detail yet, is there?
No plot detail other
like
than
making up a new one.
Pretty much, it's just sort of running on the earlier days of Nathan Drake in this. Yeah. So it's it's what you'd expect, because it's obviously Tom Holland portraying this. It's 100% going to be a young boy, so it's got to be a young Nathan Drake. It's what we're going to get. And before we recorded this, I did see Mark Wahlberg post a little video as well. Him in the makeup chair with a little mustache on.
Oh, there you go.
Because he's playing obviously Sully.
Sully, famous
not as old,
big mustache,
not as fat, but mustache is there. So yeah, I'm very looking forward to seeing this film.
I'm just curious to see what they do with it.
The first trailer is going to be what fucking sets it.
Yeah.
Big news one I got today in regards to No Time to Die, 007. Streaming platforms wanted to buy it.
Yeah, but
MGM came out and said, that's cool. It'll cost you $600 million to buy it.
Because we have to market this thing.
Very quickly they went, you guys keep it. You release it when you're ready.
Yeah.
We are not going to have to fork out that much because it's a ridiculous amount of money, but that just shows how much at least they need to get back to ensure they, gain something from it.
The problem with the streaming service buying it as well, like they would have to buy the 28, 24, 26, so one of those numbers, other Bond films. You can't just buy one Bond film. Surely.
I think that's what Stan would have. Stan have the full
Stan
collection.
had them all, yeah. But that's Australia only. So
Australian Stan would not have $600 million.
No way. That's
not a chance.
Tim Minchin to go to the... It'll be... Nobody can afford it.
Let it come out.
And it would be weird by itself, yes.
That's something... That's a cinema experience movie.
Yeah, sure.
You're not getting that in your home. You're not going to experience the whole movie.
No.
We also got the new Texas Chainsaw poster.
Yeah.
Of a new upcoming in the franchise. Again, it's a fucking another one.
Bloody PC gone mad. They've dropped the massacre out of the name. Massacre's too strong a word for these little libs flakes.
Yeah, fucks, man. Yeah,
can't say the word
fucks.
massacre. They're smothering our free speech.
It's ruining everything.
Nah,
it's ruining a movie.
It probably
that
just
we've
means
had
this movie's going to be a
fucking
fucking M15 boring mess.
I do have what seems to be the focus plot on the film. So basically, this film is going to focus on Leatherface, who is now 60.
Right.
The story is going to revolve around two sisters, Melody and Dreama. Melody is a 25-year-old San Francisco moneymaker who drags her younger teenage sister with her to Texas on a business trip out of fear of leaving her alone in the city. Dreama is an amateur photographer, a wheelchair user who is presumably disabled.
Right.
So we're getting old man Leatherface, basically, is the takeaway from this.
Yeah.
And
I don't think that'll change anything.
I don't know what that'll do for the movie. I don't know what this is going to do for the franchise in general, to be honest.
Don't know if it's a reboot or a sequel. Looks to be a soft reboot sequel, sort of a la Force Awakens.
Yeah, I think they just sort of went with it and just been like, yeah, it's just another entry into the franchise.
Yeah.
You guys will figure it out.
They saw Halloween and they were like, we could do that.
Yeah, we've only tried it 14 other fucking times. Didn't work any of those times.
Yeah, there was another one in between the Jessica Biel one. There was another two in between the Jessica Biel one and now. There was the sequel to the Jessica Biel one, in like 2009 or something, and then there was one in 2011, which I don't remember the name of.
Yeah.
I think it was just called Leatherface.
Yeah.
Something?
I think there was one in 2017 as well. Yeah, exactly.
They've had a few goes
all the way
at it.
through there.
None of them have worked, clearly.
So fuck. We're going to get another Texas Chainsaw, whether you like it or not. Shit is getting rebooted and it's all coming back. We finally got the confirmation Fast and Furious will be ending after the 11th film.
Yeah, it will be ending, but we're still... It ain't going down without a fight.
So we're sweating on the 9th one to come out, and then we're then sweating on the 10th and 11th to be done.
Which is a two-parter, did they say?
Which is going to be a shared story. It's going to be a two-part...
They have to.
A two-part film.
It's all they can do is go to space.
Let's go to space. One other report I said was time travel, and I've gone, you're clutching here. Like
Dominic's Charger does such a sick burnout that it turns the Earth like Superman, and they go back in time.
This franchise is 9 films too many already. Just drop it. Go back to street racing. Finish it up there. That's what I want.
5th one, really good. 5th one is an astonishingly weirdly good movie.
4, 5, and 6, I haven't seen in a very long time.
4 is an embarrassment because it's all CG and it's not good CG.
Yeah.
5 out of nowhere is just like a stunning movie and
was that the Rock's first?
Yeah.
Into this.
It was the one where they dragged the safe at the end.
Yeah. Okay.
And the tank and all that.
Yeah.
And then the 6th one, I think, was that Paul Walker? Or was that after Paul Walker? I think that was Paul Walker's last.
That was his last, bar 7, which he had some parts filmed for it.
Yeah. So. God, who cares?
Yeah,
really?
fucking A. We finally know it's going to be ending.
Yeah.
And it is, honestly, would anyone have ever seen Fast and Furious spanning to 11 films
no, it's
plus spin-offs?
Such an anomaly. So weird.
It doesn't make sense.
No.
But we're finally getting into an end, so in 30 years we'll get Fast and Furious 10 and 11. Shang-Chi is also a wrap production. Shang-Chi is now finished.
Yeah.
And the report I've heard is that it could be possibly getting released July in 2021.
Yeah, right.
So we might not be having to wait that long. It could change. It's Marvel and it's still COVID.
When do they're going to dump Black Widow in April, aren't they?
May, I think. Yeah. April or May.
That early, first.
Yeah. It's nearly end of first quarter or so.
Yeah,
so that could be the next part into it that we get. But at least it's finished.
Yeah. I'm excited for Shang-Chi because I don't know anything about it.
Exactly. It's a different character.
It'd be cool to see something, yeah.
It's completely out there. It's filmed in Australia, like most of these Marvel movies are starting to become.
Actual martial artists for hires instead of actors.
Yep.
Which is nice.
Fucking A. So yeah, that will be very fresh to see more new characters joining into the next phase of the MCU. So very excited for that. Jared Leto is returning as the Joker for the Snyder Cut.
Yeah.
I hate it.
I told you I'm not excited for it. I'm not going to watch it.
I know, but I still just have to report all this news just to make you sort of have a little bit of a click and be like, fuck, maybe I have to check it out. Just
there was Jared Leto news in Morbius news, which we haven't heard about in a long time.
Yeah, that's very true.
A stuntman put up a video on Twitter of like him doing a swinging around building stunts. So they were like, "Oh, this is how Morbius gets around," and Sony deleted it like.
Of course, as they would.
Straight away.
We haven't talked about Morbius for fucking 7 months. Don't put up videos!
That's what I found funny. I was just like, alright, do they not want it spoiled, or they not want people to know this movie still exists?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what are they doing with it?
What faith do you have left?
Tom Hardy's gone real quiet as well.
Yeah, which is... Sure, they must have fucking had to pay him a little bit to be like, look, please, Tom.
It has to
don't
be
pay anything, man. Like, don't put anything out there. Don't say anything. Here's a little bit of cash. Just drop it, man. Just fucking drop it.
Hush money to not promote.
And he's gone, yeah, all right. Oh, I won't. And he's sitting there with his phone out, getting ready to tweet. No, I won't.
I don't care about Justice League or Morbius or Venom 2. I don't fucking care.
But all of those but Justice League will be reviewed on here in due time anyway. But yeah, I'm sure Jared was sweating on getting this call up again because of, you know, the sulking comments he made when he wasn't going to be the Joker again for...
15-year-old girls like it, so they'll go and see it.
Yeah, I know, but he's just fucking terrible.
It's not good.
He's not at all. It's a shit interpretation of the Joker.
34 seconds of him as opposed to 29.
It would be
because he was easily the worst part of Suicide Squad, and being the worst part of Suicide Squad, that's got to feel awful.
Fucking A.
That's like...
There's a few characters to be shit. One guy dies in the first part of the fucking mission.
God.
His name is Slipknot. You think with a name like that, he's got to be fucking cool.
And
he's black.
ADR, that line, it's just like the man who can climb anything. That always makes me laugh. It's just like, yeah, this is Slipknot, and then off screen, different voice, different studio, different set. Like it sounds so different. Than just like the man who can climb anything.
Yeah, there's some fucking shit in that movie, man.
Suicide Squad sucks.
Yeah,
Jared Leto sucks. The Joker sucks.
Yep. Big last one is Power Rangers. So it's now come about
so
Hasbro got the rights back in 2018 from Saban Films because he obviously just doesn't know what to do with them anymore. He sold them, then he bought them back, and now he sold them again. Hasbro have gone, cool, let's try to do something. Let's get the director of The End of the Fucking World and get him to make a film plus a TV series that is within a shared universe. I don't know how to feel about it. Because
they don't know their audience. They still won't know their audience.
No.
They'll make some stupid teen drama.
Because the TV series is still currently running. They're on season 29.
Unbelievable.
This shit has been running since the fucking 90s. And they just keep changing it and being like, now it's really based for kids. And like anyone who is massive with the Power Rangers, me, cannot watch any of the new shit because it's now very much childlike.
Yeah.
It's actually proper shit CGI, when before it was just, you know, everyone's in a costume, and it's really easy to make that look
what people
fun.
like about it, yeah.
Exactly. Now it's all like, ooh, that's a really bad looking villain there, because he's just a $10 computer animation. So, what we get from this, who knows? I don't want to say I have faith in anything because I've been let down so much before, and I don't know.
Apparently Bumblebee is quite good. I haven't seen it, but apparently Bumblebee's quite good.
Really?
Apparently I don't care.
I forget everything about the Transformers, man.
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe there's hope. It can't it can't be worse than the last one. Actually, it could be. Yeah, never mind.
I think I didn't even bother seeing the last Transformers because it was just outright terrible for the end of the rest of the franchise was just shit.
Yeah, I didn't watch the last two or Bumblebee.
Yeah,
but anyway, maybe, I don't know. If internet rumour has it, maybe they're on better form, I don't know.
Maybe. Everyone's entitled to a comeback.
But yeah, I'm not confident. The last Power Rangers reboot wasn't good.
Yeah, watch our episode on that. We tell you how much we hate that fucking movie.
Not good.
It really sucks. That's about all the news that I have thus far.
Yeah, I got nothing. I was going to say the Shang-Chi thing, but you already had it, so...
I'm on the ball,
I started about 10 minutes before leaving my house.
Now I've been... Sundays at work is when I just scour the internet for more news to touch up upon and send myself my emails to have these notes ready to go. I'm very organised. We now have a whiteboard.
Yeah,
has our release schedule on it. We're stepping up.
Well, you are. I just watched the movie and then...
It doesn't matter. As I said, you're half of the fucking podcast. Regardless of how much you fucking say you're nothing here, you are half. Shut your mouth.
True, but I'm not spending $63 on a shirt for a joke.
That's fine. You don't need to do that. We get the joke. It's fine. Leave it out.
Nothing else to add.
That's fine. That's fine.
I should have followed that up with a joke, but I didn't.
You could have. Fucking lacking it today.
Let's talk about...
Let's talk about Honest Thief, shall we? Alright.
Speaking of Transformers, he sounds exactly like Optimus Prime.
That's just the Liam Neeson special.
Yeah. And because like all of his lines are clearly 80 out as well. We'll get into the review eventually. But it's so loud and it sounds like one of Peter Cullen's big motivational speakers.
Yeah.
At the end of the Transformers episode. Anyway, that's my takeaway from this movie. Review's done. See you guys.
Beauty. Alright. No. So we're doing Honest Thief, this latest Liam Neeson film. This is directed by Mark Williams. He has done nothing. This is his second directorial film. He's served on as producer on a fair few TV series episodes and some lower end films, but nothing massive.
So he's aware of how a set works.
Pretty much.
That's how he got hired.
He knows that there needs to be cameras and sound guys, and going, yeah, I could do this. This would be easy.
Yep.
And yeah, you get a romantic action movie out of it. This is a short movie, 99-minute runtime.
Beautiful.
Very manageable, very easy on a Saturday afternoon.
This was definitely a streaming movie.
I can definitely, 100%. It's surprising it made itself to the cinemas. But in saying that, I had about 30 people in my viewing when I went on Saturday.
Yeah, right, about 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was people. They're like, ooh, all right. People want to see it.
They just want to see movies, man.
Yeah.
Put them out.
Couldn't find the budget on this movie. I'm sure it wasn't too much.
Tiny.
But it's rated in about 9.2 million in the box office so far, which in COVID for something like this, it's pretty good. So I put that in the good in the good category of box office films now.
We won't know ever.
This is the big one. Is the Rotten Tomatoes score in this movie? So this has a 41% on the critic score, but the audience score is 89%. That's big. That's a big both ends of the spectrum there, man.
Yeah, maybe it is just a sign of the times as well.
That people are smarter than critics.
Inoffensive, standalone, fun. You know, Liam Neeson, you can take the piss out of him.
Yeah, like this. Liam Neeson is known as one of those action guys.
Yeah, and because Grey's Anatomy is in it, this is a good date movie because the guy can go, hell yeah, Qui-Gon Jinn, and the girl can go, hell yeah, Grey's Anatomy. You know, like,
yeah.
I can go, hell yeah, Burn Notice, and it's just me in the corner because nobody else watched that show.
Fucking not me. But
yeah, I think it's like that must be a good date movie.
It was. Well, that's the thing. I did have a lot of couples in my session that were viewing this movie, and I'm like, I don't remember the trailer for the movie because I feel like I saw more of an action trailer when I saw it.
The trailer was pretty much beat for beat. The chronological story.
Yeah, right. But yeah, I mean, this movie basically comes down to it is a lot more romance than... There's probably more romance in this movie than there is action.
It's not a big action movie. It's a lot of planning and running and stuff, but there's no big...
there's not one of his biggest action type movies.
There's one little car chase, but...
Yeah, but it's not much.
The budget... There are budget restrictions, yeah. Some good stunts.
Yeah, no,
two
it definitely
stuntmen
is.
fell out of a 2-story window.
Oh yeah,
real. That was a great stunt.
I'd hate to be them doing that.
Fuck.
Fuck that. But yeah, so the quick casting, it's a decent little casting for a little thing. So obviously Liam Neeson's the star. You have Kate Walsh, Aussie man Jai Courtney, Captain Boomerang himself, which I completely didn't know until after, and I went, "Oh, it's Jai Courtney."
Absolute highlight of the movie for me.
Yeah,
I think he runs this entire movie.
He was really decent in it.
He's fucking great.
Jeffrey Donovan, Anthony Ramos, and Robert Patrick. A couple other little well-known names in there. Done a few things here and there. You've seen on TV shows and that. But yeah, so the bulk of this movie is definitely a love story and just wanting to be with this woman that he's met.
Completely ridiculous. Like
and
an
really
8-year-old,
is.
Yeah, an 8-year-old with a crush wrote it.
Exactly
thinking
right.
it was romantic.
So the backstory behind this is basically Liam Neeson's character is a Marine who specialised in bomb diffusions and clearing IEDs and stuff like that, who then turned to robbing small town banks. And they gave them the name the In-N-Out Bandit. It's a shit name.
God.
And
the first time they said it, I was just like, that is too good to be true.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, you're with a lady. It's been a while. It's been a while since you've been with a lady. You know, you're a bit out of practice. You're a bit nervous. You know, she's pretty attractive.
Yeah.
And you're like, if I can get to be a 2-pump chump, that's good. That like it'll be embarrassing, but it's all right. But nah,
of course,
it's been too long. You're just the In-N-Out Bandit, and that's it. She doesn't call you back.
Basically,
and they say it 37 times in the movie, and they make a joke about it. Like he's like, I really wish you would stop calling me that.
Yeah, that's just unprofessional.
There's no sex jokes at all. And I was just like, am I the only one who thought of a sex joke? I was like, surely not.
Honestly, the whole time they were saying it, I was thinking about the food chain In-N-Out. I don't know why. That's what came to me first, but I just thought,
he greases the locks with burger grease, so that's how they open.
So yeah, he's basically just a small-time thief who just takes a little bit of money and lives his life pretty well. Then meets a woman and decides he wants to turn himself in, and
just an astonishingly flawed plan.
It's
from
really
the start. Expecting you'll only get 2 years for aggravated robbery, like no. I don't know. At least 12 on good behaviour.
Yeah, but you know, this movie plays around a lot with the plot of this movie. It is so the way you look at this is a standard recipe of an action movie in the sense of you have a thief who's really good at robbing things, who's ex-Marine, Navy, Army, of course, whatever.
Of course, he's the best thief.
Exactly right.
He has to be the best.
And then you have crooked law enforcement, you have love interest, and then you have the middle parts of all of that coming together and expanding to whatever it has to, and then coming back around to a timely little finish.
Yep.
And it's a recipe of most Liam Neeson films, but it's the romance of this movie and the love interest that throws everything out of proportion.
Because it's ridiculous?
It's ridiculous. It is flat out ridiculous. We'll spoil it in a little bit, but...
So, unfortunately, and I know no one would have seen it, this is why I don't make trailers, this is why I don't make movies. If they didn't spoil that the cops... The twist of the cops being the bad guys, and that's what happens, it would have been a lot better.
Yeah.
But
I'd say again, yes, but at the same time, you see it coming from a mile away.
And there's not enough, like, to make a trailer. There's not enough movie to make a trailer.
Exactly right. You have an hour and a half movie that has minimal action scenes.
Because when Jai Courtney goes evil, it's just like, he's evil the whole time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they couldn't have made a trailer out of it.
Yeah. So, it's hard for them to try and make that work, but, you know, at the same time, it's...
Oh, the twist is still good. Like, it's a story.
Yeah, how it all progresses is still really good. Like coming down to it, I enjoyed this movie.
I quite liked it, yeah.
You enjoyed this movie as well.
Weirdly. Like,
it's a different one.
How ridiculously stupid it is.
Yeah.
And how many times I laughed, like, every time they were like, man, she must be some kind of lady. And they say that so many times to justify the horrible things he does.
No, without a doubt, there was a woman sitting across from me somewhere who was laughing at fucking everything.
Oh, God.
All those, like, shitty dad jokes and that happened in this movie, or about him and, like, making some joke with the missus and that. He's just like, ha, ha! I've gone, why are you laughing? These are not proper
Liam Neeson
jokes.
Can't hear you.
No, I'm like, these are not proper jokes. You're not supposed to be laughing. It's just sort of like a...
Yeah, but if this was a Netflix movie, I'd be like 10 minutes in, I'd be like, I'm going to turn it up. I'll see what happens.
Yeah.
And then like another hour goes by or something. I'm just like, what? I'll watch the end. Like,
I'm nearly finished.
I was having enough fun with it where I was just like, yeah, this was not a waste of time, and I can comfortably say I enjoyed it. It's not good, but I enjoyed it.
There it is.
So it's different.
It's not, but
yeah, because it's just so fucking stupid.
Yeah,
it's so childish.
It's and they even play on that through the whole movie, saying, you know, she must be a lucky woman then, and he's turning himself in because of a woman, and it's all just throwing it at love fucking sucks.
And they're like rubbing it into the FBI agent who just got divorced. I was just like, that's so mean.
Yeah. And he's just like, he just got the fucking dog. She got their house and everything. He got stuck with a dog, which, by the way...
I was in hysterics
The
Every
dog.
time they cut to the dog, it's the funniest looking dog.
And the way he carries it as well.
It's this little fat, like, Maltese
It's a little
something.
fat version of Frank, basically.
Yeah, and he's got like the Maltese face, this little head, but as he goes along, he gets fatter and fatter. It's a really fat little puppy. It's
and the
so
way it's held
cute.
is that it's not like the normal thing where you hold it under its stomach and you just sort of let it just like go like that. No, this is he's straight under it and it's just sort of like legs up
and he
just,
holds it like it's a little throne. Like,
and it just cops it, just goes, yeah, what?
it's so cute.
I don't walk to pee.
Holy
he carries
shit.
me. And yeah, that was the good breaking points of the movie of showing this dog for a brief second come up, whether it's him jumping up at the window of the car or him putting the dog down on the desk or something.
And it's like
you love to see
it's
it.
like Jeffrey Donovan's character is like learning to love again, I guess. Like he's
Yeah.
seeing that real love exists, and he also loves the dog, even though he's bitch ex-wife or whatever. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know
he's basically making good of a bad situation where
he's like,
she gets the house and he's now got a dog that he didn't want, but now because she's like, I want the dog back, he's like, no.
And
The
that's
judge
like,
said, you get the house, I get the dog, it's mine, you're not getting it, hang up.
yeah, so that's like, so Liam Neeson is the A storyline, Jai Courtney being bad is the B storyline. That storyline's like H. It's down there somewhere.
It's well off
They're
down
like,
there.
look, it's in the movie, but
Yeah.
yeah.
We'll touch on that at a later date, but, you know, your plot's there, but you're in the background.
Man, Jai Courtney's a good villain, isn't he?
It really is.
Holy shit.
And it's surprising the way that it comes across in this, because obviously there's never one bad cop in most of these movies. It's got to be a duo.
Yeah.
But it's got to be one is...
Still a little foot in the door of good, yeah.
You're sort of going a bit too far, but now I'm in too deep, where you're now threatening me and my family. I guess I got to stay.
Yeah. And like, he's a bit ham-fisted at the start, like talking about trying to convince him that he can make his family rich or whatever, and he just keeps bringing up his family and his kids.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh no, that's a tactic to like freak him out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Jai Courtney's just fucking great in this.
Yeah, he's
Jai
just a
Courtney's a weird outlier in Hollywood because for 2 years they tried so hard to make him the new thing.
Yeah.
They Taylor kitsched him a little bit, so they put him in Terminator. Terminator was a massive pile of steaming garbage. They put him in Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad was a massive... And so like...
But he was one of the shining things of Suicide
so
Squad.
he's coming back for the next...
Exactly.
So clearly he was not the problem.
Yeah.
Well, he was with Terminator. Yeah, but... So Hollywood went, nah, he does shit movies.
Yeah.
Just as like, no, he got shit movies. He didn't mean to.
Yeah,
and he is a fucking good actor.
100%. And he's Aussie pride.
Yeah. Hell yeah. And he's still like relatively young, so hopefully...
Yeah.
Hopefully he can...
He scrubs up pretty well.
Yeah. Hopefully he can do it himself without Hollywood going, this is it.
Yeah. All it takes is one.
They almost did it with Miles Teller as well. You know, the weird, ugly guy from Fantastic Four and Whiplash?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Fantastic Four was a steaming pile of garbage. It happens a lot in Hollywood. Look up...
Steaming pile of garbage.
Yeah, I don't know what you would
Hollywood.
Google, but look up Hollywood trying desperately to make someone the new face of Hollywood.
Yeah.
Because there's been heaps of them.
Yeah.
Like... trying to make new action stars or whatever, like the Bruce Willis, Sly Stallone days.
Yeah.
It just has not happened yet.
No.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah,
anyway,
it's weird how
that's
it
my
works.
Jai Courtney story. He's good in this.
Alright, let's just jump into more spoilers now. So,
The trailer
basically,
spoils everything.
it's a good movie, but let's talk off if you don't want to know about it, so let's go.
Boy, that's getting shorter every week, isn't it?
No, just fuck it. Here, you gotta keep them on their toes, man. On their fucking toes. You got no time to think about it. I want them to fucking be driving mid-thing and go, well, fucking...
The #1 car crash podcast in the world.
Hey, if it gets our name out there.
Yeah, fucking hell.
It's fucking all advertising.
Something must do.
Yeah, so look, one of the things I really like about this movie is you don't get a massive backstory to Liam Neeson
Nah.
and his character.
You do get a story and you're like, is this bullshit? Like, is he lying or is it actual?
Yeah.
And you don't really know. It's kind of left over.
Because he's portrayed as very deceptive and not telling the truth because of who he is.
Kind of just leaves it up to you, really.
Yeah. So all you get is like a brief... All he does is he talks about one of his... because he's trying to convince these FBI agents that he is the bandit.
Yeah.
Looking for.
Yeah.
And that's all you get in regards to his old past and what he did to rob these banks. Anything of him in the Marines when he was doing IED sweeping and that.
There's no cheesy
There's
Afghanistan,
none of that
like,
because I think purely because you have to get another actor portray on a young Liam Neeson.
100%.
Because it's not like any other actors where you can sort of put him in makeup and then...
No.
Well, they look Irishman, who just can't be put into makeup and made look young again.
Yeah, he doesn't do a lot of running or anything in this.
No.
You can tell. Can't run anymore.
He's always very limpy now.
Yeah, he can't run anymore, so... Yeah, they just give him a limp in this and call it.
Which, I mean, as it is. So basically, this is now the last action movie that Liam Neeson will be doing for the rest of his career. It was supposed to be... what was it called? Point Break or something like that. Something that came out at the start of the year under last year. But this film was actually finished filming at the end of 2018, so it was put on the back burner for a while. So everyone was like, I thought that movie was supposed to be the last one. It's like, well, it is. If this one came out on time, then it would have been.
Shooting-wise it is.
You know, but the credit for Liam Neeson is he's done really well in action movies, and I love him as an actor. He's one of my favourites for action, because I just love the grit in his voice. I love the way his movies are done. But there's other movies that he does where he's actually like a kind-hearted Irish-sounding guy, and he's not always action. So I'm looking forward to, after his career now, seeing, what he does now in the future.
Yeah.
Because there was some, like, Italian love movie that came out recently that he was in, and I looked at it and went, all right, who does he kill?
Yeah.
He's got to kill someone immediately.
I want to see him being in love.
Yeah. But yeah, the whole not knowing a massive origin story to someone in a movie where you don't want it, feels really good to get.
Yeah, you don't need it. And that goes into this movie's runs time and stuff. All the fat's trimmed.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that makes it more enjoyable as well.
Yeah, 100% it does. Like, it jumps straight into him moving into town, meeting a woman, and then it jumps straight away 1 year later.
Yeah, but and his backstory too is overly sappy and saccharine and stuff. Like, so that leans more into the point that he is probably making it up.
Yeah.
But also that 8-year-old who wrote this script might have thought that was really deep and we would like him more if he's sad about his depressed dad or whatever it was. Something about his dead mum. I don't know.
So
something about that. I don't remember.
So basically,
but yeah,
the idea for where this movie is going, he meets this woman. It's a year later. They've been dating. He wants to buy a house with her. And he now... the scene where we see it, he's in a hotel room and he's calling the FBI saying he wants to turn himself in because he's the in-and-out bandit. And then it becomes a little satire here where he gets put on hold like 3 times and just keeps going, I'm the in-and-out bandit, I want to turn myself in.
Yeah.
Please hold. And you're like, are they doing comedy here? Is this the thing? So basically, they're saying that many people have been claiming to be the in-and-out bandit. I don't know if
does happen.
Does it? I never
in America,
know it to be
it
a
would.
thing. That's really weird to me.
Yeah, the land of fame and fortune.
Yeah.
People like criminals are celebrities over there.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
And you do get whack jobs like who don't like want a job or they can't function in real society, so prison is their best bet. So they'll claim these outrageous things to get thrown in prison and feel a sense of normalcy and stuff.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
It's bigger in America, definitely.
Yeah, that definitely makes it seem a bit more understanding in this film then by how relaxed the FBI are about this, and they're not rushing to see this guy. They're not like, he's
and
just
again,
another one of those guys.
Yeah, and they're just like a corporate office as well. Like, it is a job.
Yeah.
And you can tell they're all just like a bit bored.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't paint the FBI in a great light.
They're not all tapping into our phones.
No.
Fuckheads.
They are.
100%.
Absolutely are.
They're in this podcast right now, so if you guys wanted to fucking share the podcast or something instead of just listening,
at least put it on the PA system at the FBI building.
Yeah, let Mary at HR hear our voices, man.
Pentagon? I don't know. Where the FBI building? Who's at the Pentagon?
I don't know. Someone's
Is that politics or war?
I think it's a bit of a... they're always in the movie.
Anyway, Jeffrey Donovan rules because he was in Burn Notice, and I'm very biased towards him.
Of course you are. But he is really good.
Anyway,
so basically this is now jumping down to a love story, because after he does talk to these FBI agents about why he wants to turn himself in, but he has demands. He wants a 2-year sentence after robbing, I think it was 12 banks.
Plus 10,
mate. $9 million worth. It's not like a massive amount, because he was only stealing
and of course
small
he
amounts.
Never spent it. He had savings from the Marines.
Yep, he kept all that money.
Fuck off, idiot.
He wanted to...
You stole $9 million. You're spending that shit. Fuck out of here.
It was all there.
How much money did you make in the Marines? Get out of here.
Fucking not much, but he kept that money. He was an honest man. He was an honest thief.
Well, he had a pretty swanky Jeep.
He did. It was a very nice Jeep. He didn't really care if he lost it. Yeah, so he's got the demands as always. Obviously, he wants to be out as soon as possible. His whole thing is he doesn't want to continue lying to his partner about his past and her not knowing the truth about what he actually did, but doesn't do any more after meeting her. So it's all about love. It's all about the romance. This is when the sappiness comes into the movie where you're sort of like, surely this is not all about a woman.
Grey's Anatomy never says I love you to him until like she's out of hospital and realizes he's like trying to save her. She never says it back. Like she's genuinely pissed. Like when he's put on the bus and stuff, he's like, "I love you," and then she's just like, "Yeah, right."
Yeah, he gives him a hug and says, "Come with me."
Like, what am I going to do about work?
Yeah,
she's like getting on the bus, complaining and grumpy and stuff. She's like,
ends up getting off it anyway, going, "Fuck it, I don't want to be here. Fuck this shit."
Of course, because Liam Neeson's just so attractive and alluring. She has to get back off and incriminate herself because he's worth it.
Yeah. Wouldn't you want a man like that?
59-year-old, barely functional dong.
59? I'm pretty sure he's like 84.
Fuck, he's old.
He's fucking getting on. So yeah, now Jai Courtney's character and
this movie's so stupid.
And the other partner, obviously, they're assigned to go see this guy, and they find that he's telling the truth about the money. And then the crooked cops come out with him saying, "This could just be another nut job. We just take the money, and who knows." You know, who's really going to fucking care? Pretty good cover,
yeah.
And makes sense. They're like, okay, cool.
And that does get him pretty far.
Yeah.
Because then once, like, the slightest suspicion is on, he's just like, the bullshit is pretty obvious.
Yeah, it's all very quick to turn around. Jai Courtney obviously kills their sort of commanding officer in a hotel scene where then they fall out the window, lovely little crash scene. And then that's when the chase really begins. And now Liam Neeson is pinned as this massive bad guy who's killed an FBI agent and is now on the run.
Yeah.
When it's the other way around, but that's how crooked cops and bad guy work. It's standard recipe. It's what you're going to get. Yeah. You just know you're going to get the crooked cop is going to get his comeuppance by the end of it and get taken down, which is what happens, obviously, at the expense of his partner who went in to help Liam Neeson to put this guy down and make sure that the truth and a confession was given.
Only after Liam Neeson broke into his house and smashed him in the ribs with a baseball bat. But yeah, that did get his in.
But then he did also, he also did say, "Hey, I took the security footage without him knowing, so
did a good day.
I am willing to help." And he ended up dying anyway, which I thought was pretty rough.
His death's pretty rough as well.
It was pretty rough straight into it, because you do get a brief glimpse of his kids and his wife, and the whole thing is, like, okay, good, let's hope he gets home to his family.
At least he's gonna...
Yeah, no, he gets fully fucked, and we don't hear anything after it.
10 bullets in his spine.
Yep. But it's all good because Liam Neeson undoes his shirt and goes, "Here's the wire."
Of course.
Thank you, buddy. You did good. As I leave you here.
Sorry about your orphan children.
Sorry. It wasn't in the plan, but
at least I'll get to go marry my woman.
Hopefully in 2 years, because that's what I want. We're robbing $9 million.
We should get a sequel for this where it's all just in the court and the judge is just like, you're a terrible person. The judge is going to jail forever.
He's just sitting there like this. So you want a 2-year sentence, $9 million.
No, you can keep the $9 million. I can't do Liam Neeson.
No. You can keep the $9 million.
It's still too young to be Liam Neeson. You have to be like,
And then just be like, I'm going to give you 15 years. That's on the good. You did bring someone else in. He'll get 25. Good news is, you're going in together.
Yeah.
And then we get that. Fight breaks out in prison. And then, his wife comes to visit him. He's all bloodied and battered. And then it's, pans to 15 years later.
I don't want to see this movie.
And he's stumbling out on a cane because he's so fucking Hollywood. Old. Honey, let's go buy our house now. And then he just falls on his face and dies.
This is the second worst sequel you've ever written.
Fuck.
The Amazing Spider-Man 2 was the worst.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a really good one. There's other bits throughout this movie, but as weird as we're making this sound, it is a decent movie.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It is a good watch. It's just different from what
the
you...
budget in the house explosion.
You can tell that's where you can tell that this dad have a very below 10 million budget, because I've seen movies with a lower budget that had a better fire scene than that.
They didn't even put green screen on the fascia of the house. No. They literally just put visual effects dragged over in front. Yeah. Because the house, very much intact, is viewable through the flames, and they don't try and hide it. Like, the shot is Jai Courtney getting up in front of the house and then going to the car with the house still in view. Yeah. And the fire is literally like Windows Movie Maker, Control-C, Control-V.
Yeah, it was no good on that
on front of this pristine, beautiful house that did not even get a little bit of scuffing on it from makeup or set design.
If anything, you just go over a little bit of paint. It'll be fine.
That was the only time where I was like, ooh, this is a stinker.
Yeah.
But yeah, then... fine.
The movie ends basically just with Jai Courtney obviously getting arrested because they got the confession and all that, got the money, and then Liam Neeson turning himself into old mate himself, being like, all right, we'll work on a sentence or whatever, and then the movie just sort of just fades to black and ends, and you just expect it to...
Yeah, you don't get a 10 years later or whatever.
Which I kind of like.
Thank God, yeah.
You don't say that, because that would... that would change the dynamic completely, but...
Yeah, but Jai Courtney is definitely the star, like, by far. Like, his descent into sort of madness, but, like, smart madness, if you know what I mean. Like, he plans enough to get away with it.
Yeah.
It's just Liam Neeson keeps getting his foot in the door a little bit. And then each time Jai Courtney is getting a bit more desperate and a bit more, like, careless and stuff. Like, he's just going to shoot her in the face in the hospital. Like, like, no sane person would do that unless he's just desperately trying to get rid of these people.
You're exactly right.
So, Jai Courtney portrays that really well, I reckon.
Yeah.
He's great.
Yeah, he's very good. So, that's Honest Thief. It's a decent movie. It's out now in cinemas if you want to go see it. Event Cinemas is our go-to.
It's so short too. Like,
it's really easy to watch.
It's genuinely like an episode of a TV show.
And if you're a member of Event Cinemas, it only cost me $9 to see it. Nice. So I'm happy with half-price tickets. Event Cinemas, sponsor our podcast. Give me free tickets. That'd be great. We'll shout you out every episode. Good work.
We'll do anyway.
Good work. Yeah, fucking do anyway. Put it out there. All right, yeah. That's Honest Thief. Let's jump into this plethora of questions that I have in this absolute pile.
If you are going to commit a crime or 12 major bank heist crimes, falling in love with a woman will not get you out of it. Do not try and play that with the police.
It does that.
Especially the FBI. I don't think they're going to be like, oh.
Yeah, no. This went past standard police law enforcement. This went straight to FBI. Trust me, it ain't going to work.
And they meet her, like, every time they're like, oh, she must be quite a woman, and then they meet her and she's, okay, she's alright.
Yeah, it's like...
She's looking after him, I guess.
She's a bit older for my liking, but
she got the
good on
shit
you, I guess.
Out of her.
Yeah, sure.
And was incapacitated for a little while.
Yeah. The FBI really don't give a fuck in this movie, do they?
No, God, no.
God, really don't care. Alright, that's enough. Let's go questions now. So, everyone, thank you for sending all these in, because
thanks.
What a list I've got here.
It's good.
Let's jump straight to Instagram first. We're going to jump with your one first.
Yeah, I did provide more content.
It's fine. So, you basically just asked best casting of an actor in the worst movie ever.
Yeah, because I think Gal Gadot is a great Wonder Woman.
Yep.
Wonder Woman sucks. Justice League sucks.
Oh, see, I don't know. Wonder Woman was like my pick out of all the DC movies. I think that's one of the better ones in the run.
It is.
It's not amazing.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say it's terrible.
But it's the best of a bad bunch again.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Henry Cavill. I think Henry Cavill is like a perfect Superman.
Yeah, he's really good.
But again, there's a good movie in Man of Steel somewhere.
It's just not that one.
Just amongst all the noise, yeah.
Yeah.
My answer was really only DC characters, because I was just on Reddit and they were talking about DC and I was like, man, there's a good people.
Well, mine is Jake Gyllenhaal in Prince of Persia.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I
fucking loved that movie when I was a kid, before I knew what good movies were.
I didn't, because I'd played all the games before that movie came out, so I had very high expectations. Obviously, this was a while ago, much younger, and I've gone, fuck yeah, a film adaptation of Prince of Persia, this would be sick. Jake Gyllenhaal, he looks like Prince of Persia. This would be mad. And then I watched it and I've gone, huh? Well, that's not what I wanted. And it was great. Like, he fit it perfectly. He really fit the role. He looked it, he acted really well, but it was given to Disney, who then went,
Soften it, yeah.
Yeah, make something out of it. Just put it in, centralize it in Egypt or something, and make a bit of sand and have a dagger that does shit.
Make it as generic as possible, yeah.
Yeah, take loose bases off the game and go, yeah, make that work. You can just go, why don't you just take the whole fucking game and use it to work? And they did nothing, and it was a piece of shit, so fuck that movie.
Yeah, I don't really have any other answers.
Yeah, no, that's the only one I could think of there.
What about the other way around? What was my question? Good actors in bad movies?
Best casting of an actor in the worst movie ever.
Bad actors in good movies. Can't really think.
Fuck. I don't know about that one.
Any actor who just plays themselves. Ryan Reynolds, Chris Pratt, The Rock, I hate. Because they cannot act.
I love all three of
them. They
them.
just show up and be themselves.
Yourself.
And I hate that. I just hate that. But then again, is my guy, Jurassic World is bad. Jurassic World 2 is bad.
But Jurassic World 3 is going to be great.
What else has Chris Pratt been in by himself? I don't know. Whatever. All of the Rock's movies are bad.
No, they're not. I'll fight you on
First Jumanji was okay.
It was decent.
Inoffensive.
I was surprised for that movie.
I got dragged to pay money for 2 tickets to Skyscraper. And duped into that.
The first movie me and Brooke saw, me and Brooke went and saw San Andreas with some of her friends before we started dating.
Is that where he fights an earthquake?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking stupid. Yeah, that's one of his stupidest movies. That one I'll say yes, it's a piece of shit. He has great movies. Walking Tall.
Scorpion King.
Doom.
Oh, God.
Ooh, when he turns into the alien by the end of it and is the most worst CG'd animated character in all of film history.
Yeah, it's not good.
Terrible.
You know, if I think of something during the week, I'll come back to that question.
We'll come back to it. Alright, let's hit Brooke's Would You Rathers, because she fucking gave us a few of them. Would you rather have to read aloud every word you read, or sing everything you say out loud?
Read aloud. Read. Oh my God, read.
I'd sing everything.
Oh my God, read.
I fucking hate reading aloud.
I can't sing.
Because then it feels so robotic.
What if you're trying to... What about when you're at the altar saying your vows and you have to fucking sing your vows? You're gonna look daft.
No. I would look fucking out there, different, and really wanted to make that day special.
Your next job interview, you sing every fucking word.
Fucking A.
God, no.
Show such enthusiasm.
I would hate it. The only problem is, like, in those same situations, like in a job interview, so it's like shit up on the walls. If you get distracted and accidentally start reading, they're going to know you're not paying attention. Because you're like, true. Workplace safety, WAD. You're just like, I can't stop.
Maintain social distances.
Yeah, both would suck pretty bad, but I think the singing one would be awful.
Yeah, I don't know. I like to do my singing. Alright, would you... This one is... I think I know the answer to this one. Would you rather have all dogs try to attack you when they see you, or all birds to try to attack you when they see you?
Fuck. That's hard.
Yeah, I'd rather birds.
Yeah, because dogs can get big and
exactly. They're harder to fight off. At least with a bird, you can get like a piece of wood or something. They're manageable to swat away if you have to. But a dog, let's say a Roddy's coming up to you, you're dead.
Yeah. This isn't a thing in other countries, but we have magpies and they swoop you. So people get 1.25 litre tubs of ice cream.
Yep.
Clean them out, put holes through them with cable ties up, and it like deters the birds.
Yeah.
That is not a thing anywhere else in the world. You know that? That's just here. We are so scared of our wildlife that we've created this goofy invention that people just unironically wear to not get swooped by these 100%.
You'll just see people riding their bike down the road and there's just cable ties poking out.
Because they actually hit you too. Like plovers like purposely miss, but a magpie will get you.
They'll come to the jugular if they have to.
Yeah.
No, that's just Australia, but Australia's just... We home some of the most venomous animals in the world.
But we're scared of fucking birds.
Fucking A.
But I am less scared of a bird than a giant Doberman or whatever.
100%.
God, yeah.
Any dog that is big and it is full ball running at you, baring its teeth and growling.
Intimidating.
I am going to A, shit my pants.
Yeah.
B, quickly say my final goodbyes to anyone who's around me. Even if I don't know them.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I don't know you, but thank you for helping me in my life. You can pass this on to anyone I know, just let me know.
Yeah.
And then fucking dead. No, they get you, even by the leg, they're going to fucking at least break your leg by shaking it around and shit.
I was quite scared of dogs, which is funny now if you know me now, because I'm just so obsessed with all dogs ever. Yeah. But I was quite scared of dogs until I was like 20 maybe. I just had a scary experience with a big husky when I was a kid, and it just fucked me up.
Yeah, and you would.
But then, just like over time, I just softened and just started loving dogs. But I probably couldn't go to Shannon's house. G'day, Radshaz on Twitch, watch him, but his dog would probably still like instill that childhood feeling to me.
But
even though it's like a cute, gentle dog.
It's the best.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll take birds any day.
Yeah.
It's a fucking tennis racket.
All right.
I could never come here again though.
Exactly right. That's the thing. I have 2 birds, so I'm gonna have to fucking watch them every single time.
Record somewhere else.
Yeah, I know. All right. Would you rather have skin that changes color based on your emotions, or tattoos appear all over your body depicting what you did yesterday?
I wouldn't have many tattoos because I don't do much.
Could make for a good tattoo though.
Yeah. Just
like
in big block letters. Went to work.
Had
a shower.
Yeah. Shower. Wank. Cod.
Yeah. I'm quite an introverted person. I don't really speak my mind. I don't really speak in social situations. So like, I don't know, if I just started turning blue when I wanted to leave, people would be like, hey Jack, do you want to go? And I'd be like, fucking yes, thank you.
You know me so well.
Instead of going like, stomach, I gotta leave. Oh.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, Jack's turning blue, get him out.
Yeah, I don't know.
No one look at him as he leaves.
I think the tattoos would work out better though, just for the fact that, what if you turn to a really weird fucking colour? Would some people then be like,
true.
Yeah, you right, man? You're looking kind of green.
Oh man, he went brown. Does he have to shit?
Exactly right. I just like tattoos are just like...
And tattoos,
man, I had such a good night last night, until you see one and you're going, oh, I don't remember that happening. That would probably be the one shit thing about it, is if you went out and got pissed or something.
Yeah, and like, I would like more tattoos, but I don't want to get tattooed. I hate getting tattooed.
Yeah.
So like, if I had to... I don't know.
But I guess they're like a one-day tattoo, because obviously it's...
And like, is it words or is it like an image? Like if I drove to a nice
waterfall...
Let's
go images. No, let's go images.
I go to a nice waterfall yesterday.
Yeah.
Wake up with a nice big chest piece of a beautiful waterfall. Hell yeah.
Yeah, fuck.
I'm getting some tang for that.
Let's get that. Would you rather have to fart loudly every time you have a serious conversation, or have to burp after every kiss?
As long as it's not during the kiss, probably the burp one.
After the kiss.
Yeah.
Would you...
Because my farts are horrific.
I just love fighting, but I kind of want to
love farts. And farts are always funny to me, so it would interrupt the conversation.
Exactly, especially in a serious conversation.
27 years old, still laugh at farts. Farts are funny. Like, I hate these people who get high and mighty and they're like, oh, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's
I mean, like, because the burps don't think, like, if I'm going to be kissing Brooke and then I burp, like, let's say today, I had a snack pack at work for lunch today.
That's toxic.
And it's still hitting me right now.
Yeah.
I don't want to instill that on her.
No,
the fart I can either just waft away, but this, like, burps are a different smell, man. Like, they're more offensive.
And it's more like,
fart,
it's
man.
Closer as well. Like,
exactly
if you
right.
pull away and then burp, you're still in that person's surface area.
It straight away.
Yeah. Nah, it's no good.
Nah, no good on that one. So I'm gonna fart on that one.
I also don't kiss anyone, so I'll take that.
I was waiting for that.
I'll never burp again.
Would you rather super sensitive taste or super sensitive hearing?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm going to go hearing.
Probably hearing.
Because I feel like I lack hearing as it is.
Yeah,
so I'd like to hear more. I'd like to know what's going around me a lot more than I fucking do already.
Super sensitive taste, like even something you do like, it might ruin it.
Yeah.
It's like too much.
Because you could taste that one little thing being like, oh.
If you have a Malteser, that's just essentially pure sugar.
Yeah.
So like you'll bite into it and just be like, it's gone. It'll like knock you out.
Yeah, I'm going to go hearing on that one.
What does this podcast come to?
Well, hey, we ask for questions that aren't related to movies, man. This is where we're coming to. You fucking people better fucking love this, man.
I love this. I love this. This is a humble movie review and news podcast. And now it's this.
100%.
I love it.
Hey, this is
is more in line with what we are as people. Yeah,
100%. It's made us so much better to who we are.
God, yes.
And now you fucking know about us more. So let's go for the last one here. Would you rather know when you're going to die or how you're going to die? You can't change the time or method of death.
Both would kind of suck.
Oh, both equally suck. Yeah. Just as bad.
Unless you got a really long timeline, then you're just like, oh yeah, sick. I can just keep going. If it's like next week, you just feel like, well, fuck.
I
don't get death. Does not scare me. People get so uncomfortable talking about death or joking about it.
I'm on the fence. I'm on the fence with it. Where there's times where I'm sort of like, when I die, I'm gonna die. But then there's other times where I'm like, fuck, man, what happens when I die? Like, I don't believe in God. Does that mean like, because I shit on God all the time, what happens if I die and then there's actually something up there and he's like, well, you should have believed in me. Down you go. And they'll be like, they'll just fuck it up. He's
Imagine
going
if
to be
God
like...
was that spiteful. He gets
Yeah.
everyone up who didn't believe in him just to go, dickhead.
But who would fucking know? You wouldn't know. So,
one knows.
at the same time, like, I do, but I don't. So,
But don't you find great comfort in the fact that no one knows? So, it's,
no, I want to know shit.
yeah,
I want to know the fuck's
that
going
makes
to
me
happen.
like not dwell on it at all.
Because in the same time, I think of, alright, is reincarnation a thing? Because fuck, I hope not, because I'm
God,
living
I don't
happily in
wanna fuck it,
Australia.
yeah.
Then what happens? I fucking wind up in India.
I don't want to do this again.
No, I don't want to do anything again.
What if you come back as a butterfly and a magpie just eats you, like first day?
Fuck, easy
And
as.
you go, fuck.
You've only got about 3 week lifespans.
But then what if you come back as one of the S-pipes in a toilet? That's...
I don't know if you come back as fucking objects like that.
Okay, sorry.
They're manufactured.
I took it into prop hunt. What was the question? When or how?
When or how?
Yeah, how's pretty fucked up.
I think I'd rather when.
Yeah, because how if you choke, like you die choking, every meal you're just like, oh
Exactly.
God, this is it.
Exactly, because if you know it's going to be something
You'd stop
outlandish like
eating.
that, or if it's like, oh, you're going to die of a heart attack, you're going to be like,
Yeah, or like,
sorry,
or like,
he goes home there.
or like dying in your sleep, you just be lying awake every night. Just going,
Exactly right. You go, which night is it? Is it tonight? Is it tomorrow? Wow, could fucking be 30 years from now.
And then the lethargy would kick in. You're just like, well, which is, there's an argument to be made, like, why don't we think like this, knowing we're going to die anyway? But you would just be like, why am I going to work? Why am I not smoking meth in a gutter?
Yeah.
Like, what is it?
I think the how works out better because then at least you have the rest of that time you have in your life to know when your expiry date is.
Yeah.
And you can then go, all right.
If
now I know I'm
your
gonna do
missus
it.
is like, hey, I booked us in for skydiving August 18th. It's like February 12th. You're just like, oh, fuck yeah. Heaps of time.
Exactly.
But
So,
but the when.
yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna go the when instead. All right, let's jump to the Facebook now. So thank you, Brooke, over on Instagram. Thank you, Jack, on Instagram.
No worries.
For those ones there. Let's get into the real questions now.
Real questions.
We'll jump into the two movie ones first. So we'll go with our
The
OG.
problem is we've talked about both of them. We've answered both questions.
I know. So we'll hit them pretty quick. But so we'll start with our OG, our girl Gemma. She says, would love to know your thoughts on the Uncharted movie. I adore Tom Holland, but after playing the games, I personally don't think he's gruff enough. Always envisioned Jeremy Renner as Nathan Drake.
Yeah. The obvious one is Nathan Fillion.
Nathan Fillion,
he can
just
still be in
because
it.
of that
He could be
fan film.
Yeah, flash forward or whatever.
I don't know. Basically, it has to be someone older is what it has to be.
Yeah, but Nolan North is like on set with Tom Holland and stuff.
That's the one thing I didn't fucking talk about in that part. That was the other set photo was Nolan North was on set
photo
with
came out, so he's probably like giving him cues, personality cues and stuff like.
That's what made me
because
more
Nolan
hopeful on
North
this.
is Drake, like
he's
been that
embodiment.
character.
He's
so he would
been
know
there.
every little mannerism, every little and because it's fully motion cat, he would know every.
And Nolan
movement.
North is a fucking amazing guy.
Yeah, so he's a good advisor. He's
Yeah.
the guy you want.
That's what made it really good for me to see is that they went, Nolan, please come into
They
the
care
movie
enough
and
to be true to the source material. Yeah.
coach Tom
Yeah.
to make sure that we're going to get your character right because it is your character.
Yeah.
You are Drake.
I really want it to just be its own thing because the games are so cinematic already, and and each game ends a bit silly. Like there's always monsters or something supernatural at the end.
Yeah,
at
until
least the
the
first
end.
two,
The first two they went with the literal mutant zombies, and then the second one was like abominable snowmen.
Yeah.
And then the third and fourth were just sort of like,
a lot more
alright,
grounded. It's actual just people.
We'll leave it with bad guys,
Yeah,
and that's
so-
when it went a bit normal. So
I don't know.
yeah,
I would like it to be like games Uncharted, movie Uncharted.
yeah, like I am very excited for this because we spoke about it before about this movie being made and how Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg got approached to do it, but they were like, "Yo, we're cool to do that, but if we do it, you're gonna get Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Is all you're gonna get from this." So I just think it is all about just finding those right people to do this movie and hoping that they make something different but still on the same path.
No matter what they do with it, it'll be Indiana Jones comparisons.
Yeah. It is an adventure movie, treasure hunting, that's going to have a lot of action and hopefully a future with it, depending how it does. I'm hopeful because it is Tom Holland and he is on a massive high as an actor. You have Mark Wahlberg, who is a very decorated and well-known actor as well.
Yeah, but
And
if
then
they want to
whoever else-
franchise, he might just get bored. He might just be like, I'm not coming back.
Yeah, I mean, it's really going to play into how this movie does in the box at the end of the day, and if there is a future beyond it that they've already talked about. The one good thing about this is we've heard fuck all about Uncharted as a movie.
Yeah.
You know, this movie is now finished production, and we've only just got set photos released.
Yeah, they did well.
No one was out about and were taking photos from a building across the street. You know, the only one that came out like a month ago was Tom and Mark walking into a club or something on a street,
in front of that car.
and that's
people
all it
lost their
was.
minds.
Everyone's like, "Oh, we get to see Mark Wahlberg," and then the back of Tom Holland, and they're literally just wearing a black and white suit, and it's like that's fucking nothing.
Yeah.
So props to them that they did hide everything really well, and there's a lot left now to the imagination for it, but
it did make me re-download the original trilogy. I'm going to play through them again.
If you want number 4, I have number 4 as well.
I also have number 4.
Oh, beautiful.
I fucking love number 4. God damn. What a great series of games. They're all good.
They are.
So weird. 4 games, all just knocked out of the park.
And they all just got better.
Yeah.
The only one I have now to play is the spin-off one with the 2 girls.
Oh, yeah. No, I didn't
The one
play
they
that.
released.
I was thinking of the Last of Us one with the 2 girls, which I did play.
Yeah. No, this one, I've already forgotten their fucking names, but that's the one I haven't played yet. But that's supposed to be still on par with the rest
Just
of it.
short.
It's the same formula.
Yeah.
And they're great games. They're just,
Fuck no.
fuck, I love Uncharted, man.
Yeah, so do I. God damn.
Jesus, this is going to ruin us. Alright.
Is there a window for that release?
Nothing
said,
yet.
No.
No,
Is it
given.
released next year, hopefully? If
Possibly,
anything comes out next year.
Maybe the end of next year. We can hope. Alright, let's jump to Rui. I saw you had a kind of negative reaction to the news about Hasbro rebooting Power Rangers as a whole. How would you keep a massive brand like Power Rangers from dying?
That was just me joking because we've done an episode about how shit Power Rangers was.
Yeah, as said, if you follow our socials, you will know who is posting what. I post serious news and updates and that, and Jack will just share something and have a witty remark about it.
Dumbass joke, yeah.
And a majority of the time, you're not all about it. You're just trying to make the joke.
Yeah.
There's a bit of truth to it.
Yeah,
but it's more like just trying to get there, being like,
you don't know till you see anything. So.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
And based on what we've had prior, it's in good faith to have that reaction to this.
To go, oh.
Now, in terms of how would you keep something like Power Rangers from dying, in one sense you say it hasn't died. As we said, the series is still going. It hasn't stopped.
Yeah.
It just became more child friendly.
Kids keep getting born, so there will always be.
And if anything,
there will always be the right.
If
age
anything,
group.
they've just gotten bigger because they stepped up their marketing and also their toy releases. Now, if you go to Kmart, you go to Toy World, there's a proper section for Power Rangers shit now, and I'm all about that for the old stuff because there's still some old characters.
Yeah.
They're re-releasing Tommy's fucking Dragon Sword.
Yeah, right.
Which I am gonna pre-order soon because I fucking need it.
Man, I wish I cared about like cool physical shit like this. My room is so boring.
Yeah,
I have one Nightmare on sleep.
You have a poster that is very well placed.
I've got a Batman Arkham Knight steelbook somewhere in my room, buried somewhere.
So again, it's not even out.
And I have the Breaking Bad box set. That's like the only physical things I own. Because I don't know, I just downsized so much. Look, hey, I honestly, went crazy with downsizing.
If anything, that's a good thing to have.
Yeah,
you know, if I wish I had the capacity to be like, all right, I'd love to have not had any of this, had maybe 3 posters here, minimal. Nothing around anywhere else.
There's a brief glimpse into a time in my life when I was doing that with my vinyl collection.
Yeah.
But there's definitely, you can see where the line stops of like the last new release vinyl I bought.
Yeah.
They just stop counting.
Literally mine is all just up here. It's basically everyone from Grayscale.
Yeah.
And I have one more coming, which is the Alpha Wolf one.
Also Grayscale.
Also Grayscale. So shout out Grayscale Media.
Yeah, I got to like 119 or something I have, and they're just out of nowhere. I was just like, yeah, I'm a bit over it.
Yeah.
And packed it all up.
I was like that with CDs. You know, I was buying CDs just to support, you know, musicians and that. A lot of it was just Australian bands.
And I know I'm the worst person in the world, but Spotify is just the best thing.
Spotify's
like,
key.
If you're not an artist, which you are, I know, but fuck me.
Yeah.
Spotify is just so good.
It's king. Spotify's king.
But yeah, anyway.
Yeah, basically,
they will always sell toys, yes.
They're always going to sell toys. If anything, this is a big step up for Power Rangers anyway. I think trying to bring this out to the more mature audience is the hardest task
See, my criticism of Power Rangers was who is the target audience.
Yeah.
In terms of this question, I do not have the answer
Yep.
as to who to target it to. I would lean more towards making a super kiddie film, like no violence, silly, wacky slapstick and stuff. I would go back to Rubber Suits for sure.
Yeah.
Just,
I think you need to give it the budget.
Yeah, if the parents or the uncles take their kids, they can be like, oh, look, that might be Bryan Cranston. Isn't that funny?
Basically, take what they did with Sonic and do that for Power Rangers.
Oh, God, Sonic is so good. Fuck me, that's a good movie.
It really fucking is.
Why aren't you watching Sonic right now?
If you haven't watched Sonic,
so fucking good.
We're 39 episodes deep and you still haven't watched Sonic.
God,
fucking
Sonic
me,
rules.
man. Honestly.
But yeah, that was very much a kids movie.
But we fucking loved it.
The quality was high enough. They didn't not give a shit.
Yeah.
Because a lot of kids movies are just like, kids don't fucking care.
Yeah.
But Sonic, they were like, no, let's like make this a quality.
Let's put
some
into
fucking
it.
great jokes in this.
And they did.
And let's not give Jim Carrey a script.
Exactly.
And just go, hey Jim, it's the 90s, go.
Yeah, go for it.
So that's why we enjoyed it so much. Or a big part of why we enjoyed it so much. But then the kids are just like, haha, skinny man fall down. You know?
Exactly. It was made for kids, but it was given the nostalgia and portrayed in the right way where us as adults could be like,
just given
great.
A shred of care.
Yeah.
They just cared about it enough.
Which we spoke about in that episode about them redesigning Sonic after that backlash and being like...
Clearly they knew they had something.
Yeah.
Otherwise they wouldn't have done that.
Exactly. Because any other company would just go, fuck you.
If they knew it was a shit movie,
That's
they
what
would
you're
have
getting.
gone... Yeah, just dump it.
Yeah, they're like, we're not going to spend another fucking 80 million to redesign them again.
Fuck, Sonic's good.
Yeah.
So I would make a kids movie, but I would give enough of a shit.
Yeah.
Rubber Suits.
Exactly right.
That's all you need. I wouldn't make it a fucking 90-minute green screen Transformers movie.
No. Alright. Let's jump into the non-movie related ones now. So, we'll start with our boy Daniel. Thoughts on the geopolitical situation around the South China Sea? I'm not gonna lie, I fucking looked this up.
Okay.
To try and find something. It completely just went... gone. There's something about they want to send militia into the South China Sea for whatever reason. Bro.
Into the sea?
I don't know. In the South China Sea, there's something there. I'm going to say Pacific Rim has opened up and they're trying to contain it. And basically China are going, oh no, have you seen Pacific Rim? It's a bad movie with kaiju monsters. We don't need another Godzilla roaming around and shit. I know that's Japan, but same thing. It's in the same area. It doesn't matter. And there's other islands and that going like, no, we want it to happen. Fuck it. And it's basically an all-out war. It's going to spark on this, and then we're going to get Pacific Rim 3.
I just want milk that tastes like real milk. It's a very, very regional reference. Absolutely no one is going to get that. There was a milk commercial.
Our older audience will
there was a milk commercial in the Illawarra that had that joke at the end.
Full cream, low cream, half cream, soy,
extra
almond,
dollop.
Extra dollop.
Fuck yeah.
I just want milk.
Man, Pacific Rim's bad, isn't it?
I love the first one. I hate myself for it. I love the first one.
First one's bad.
For one, Charlie Hunnam's in it, and he's a gangster.
Didn't see the second one.
But don't say the second one. The second one is a piece of pile of garbage.
Yeah. Second one looked like more anime-y. Like
it was
they
basically
moved heaps faster and stuff.
Because it was a group of them, and it was more colourful. And
they're like doing flips and stuff.
They really tried to drive Charlie Day as a really bad guy. And
he's
I love him.
Too lovable, yeah.
Because whenever he screams, it's the greatest thing to ever hit.
It's the Charlie scream from Sunny.
Exactly. Because in the first one, he's like this, like he's just a crazy scientist.
Ron Perlman's the bad guy, like.
Yeah, who gets 5 minutes of screen time and then fucking gets eaten or whatever.
But it was the Sons of Anarchy reunion.
Yeah. So the South China Sea, I mean, I don't know. Good luck to Chinese listeners out there.
I think Dan studied politics. I should know that. He's like a very close friend of mine. I think he studied politics. I think he knows about that shit.
Yeah. So
maybe on the show we could ask him in person.
A future episode where a guest might appear. If I'm looking at the schedule board correctly,
maybe the schedule that the audience can't see.
Exactly right. I positioned it well, where it has
I
movie.
also can't see because the giant light we don't use is in the way.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't matter. I can see it, and I can see it says a movie title featuring someone.
My good friend Daniel will be on the episode next week.
That's very true. Guests are coming in, we're making this work. People like guests, and we like having guests. It's fun
He's
to
going to
talk
be
to another
hungover
person.
too.
That makes it better for the movie that we're
which
doing.
is really funny because my role in our Call of Duty games is I just shit on him as hard as I can. It's honestly bullying. So yeah, I can't wait for him to be hungover in here on my show. I can just rip into the boy.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I realised we have another movie question from Daniel as well.
Ugh.
So sorry.
Yuck.
Let's get that one real quick. What's one movie series you hope never gets rebooted?
Fucking all of them. Stop it. Stop rebooting
That's honestly
shit.
the best thing is,
Fucking
yes,
hell,
please
stop.
never get rebooted.
My face dropped when I saw that Texas Chainsaw poster. I was just like,
another one.
come on.
There has to be a limit. Like, surely, if you create a film and then it turns into, let's say, a sequel and maybe a third, but you're all, like, you're part of that.
Yeah.
Surely you need to then trademark all of them being like, one reboot only.
Which is what Robert Zemeckis did with Back to the Future. And he said, no, never ever remake, never ever reboot.
Yeah.
He said, at least while I'm alive.
And thank God there hasn't been one.
Yeah, because Back to the Future is perfect.
I'm sure there's been talks. I'm sure someone's written a script.
And they tried in Ready Player One. They were like, look, the DeLorean.
Yeah.
We're going to do it. Steven Spielberg's building up goodwill. And then Ready Player One sucked balls. And Robert Zemeckis was just like, no! Absolutely not!
Not after that. No. Shut up.
I think it depends on... We haven't seen it yet. Spiral.
Yeah.
How jigsaw-y it is. How saw-y it is.
Yeah. Because obviously it's still going to be set in the same universe.
Yeah,
it's more in the future.
I think you can do an interesting reboot within the universe that doesn't do fan service too hard.
Yeah.
Like, just don't make Rogue One. Don't make the Rogue One of Saw, you know what I mean?
We don't need that. We got that with Jigsaw.
Remember? Yeah, exactly.
We got that with Jigsaw. We got our Rogue One with Jigsaw, so we don't need anything after that. But
just any franchise ever, just fucking
anything that's already been doesn't need to be done again. As much as you'd want to see it, like, no one wants to see like a proper reboot of Star Wars.
Just look at Fantastic Four. Look at where the X-Men movies went. I know the first one has goodwill. Second one's great, but the last three... Nobody likes those.
Ideally, any old original superhero film does not need to be rebooted just so you can include it in your now universe.
Yeah.
Just literally, in the next movie, whatever it is, just chuck them in.
Yeah.
And be like, there they are. They're now part of the universe. That's all you need to do.
And I know, like, not everyone is in the loop, but they will be. People caught on with... If people can follow Endgame...
Yeah.
Which should, I said it last week, which should not work. Should be the most brain-bending, like, where did all of this come from? Like, if people can follow that, there's mutants, fine.
Yeah.
There's a bald guy, he controls them.
Exactly.
He doesn't control them, but he knows about them.
Don't need it. So, no movie series needs to be rebooted. Just stop it. Alright. My boy Jacob, best PS1 game. Digimon World.
Right. For...
It's Digimon World.
Just for my childhood growing up, Crash Team Racing probably, because even in high school we just played so much of it. Tekken 3 had this awesome side-scrolling survival mode, and like you could whoever got the furthest, we would make games out of that and stuff. Put a lot of time into that. So Tekken 3 is up there for me.
Yeah, definitely same here. The first three Spyros for me.
Yeah,
they were big for me.
The two Spider-Man game on it, both really good.
Original Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
Yeah.
Huge.
PS1's a great thing.
Croc was brilliant. Just any of those weird fucking square character games. There's a bunch of squares and it was very colourful.
Yeah, if you look back on them now, you're just like, how did we do this?
Yeah. The PS1 was great though.
How did we? Yeah, but no.
Alright, let's end it off with our boy Andrew. Favourite song of Linkin Park's Hybrid Theory.
Happy birthday, Hybrid Theory. Turned 20 this week.
Yes, it did.
Which makes me feel just astonishingly old because I got it on release day.
Ooh.
On CD, on compact disc.
Compact disc, he calls it.
Hybrid Theory is the reason I am who I am today.
Yep.
It's the reason my only personality trait is music.
So it's the reason a lot of people in our friends group are who they are today.
Just like...
Linkin Park, regardless of what you think of Linkin Park in their later times and that, they paved the way for a lot of bands.
For about 10 years, I didn't listen to them. I didn't go and see them on tour. Like, I regret that now, obviously.
Yeah.
Very badly. I saw them at Soundwave once from very far away.
Yeah.
when I wasn't listening to them, and I just didn't appreciate it at all unless they played the hybrid theory stuff. And I was just like, I just don't care.
Which I did play a few.
Which again, I regret very badly. But yeah,
picking your favourite song.
Everything. Hybrid theory is everything. It changes every time I listen to it.
Yeah.
Probably a place in my head for me.
Ooh, oh my god, what a song.
I don't know. That hits hard for me. I really like the closer pushing me away because it's heaps emo.
Yeah.
I love that.
It definitely is in there. I mean...
you know what? Because I've heard it so many times, I was always like, I'm just done with One Step Closer. But if you listen to One Step Closer now, you're just like, nah, that is almost a perfect
lose your
song.
Shit, man.
Yeah.
It is fucking stupidly good.
There's not a shit song on that record.
No, I wouldn't say shit.
Perfect.
Like, there's obviously ones that you listen to more than others, but there's not like a shit one.
I wouldn't skip Runaway, but I wouldn't actively choose Runaway.
That's one for me as well.
Wouldn't actively choose By Myself. It's not great, but it is a hard hitter.
Yeah, see, Paper Cut is huge for me.
Oh, mate.
That's one that I was always a number one for. Points of Authority is also a big one for me as well.
Yeah.
But again, I'm looking at this track listing right now. I can't pick one.
Can't choose
and
one.
go just one.
Tell you what, the live in Texas version of One Step Closer, they do the Jonathan Davis bit at the end, but Chester does it.
Yeah.
Oh, and because it's the last song on it, they milk it a bit to get the hype going for the shut up bit.
Yeah.
Fuck me. What a band. I can't believe I didn't see them. I can't believe I didn't appreciate them for 10 years.
Yep.
And now, But,
That's
still got Hybrid Theory.
That's it.
Still got Meteor.
Still got Hybrid Theory is a banging album. Linkin Park will always be banging.
Fucking oh.
And that's going to close out the episode.
Oh, yeah.
It's been of a slightly longer one than usual, but as I said, you guys gave us a lot to work with on this one.
Thanks.
So definitely appreciate that.
Thanks.
Hopefully you all listen and get your...
Do it again next week.
Yeah, get them in.
We won't have a lot to talk about next week.
Yeah, maybe not so much, unless there's some news coming through, which there probably will be.
But
we say this every weekend, but there's always going to be something.
But the movie we're doing is just going to be like, haha.
How funny was that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll fight. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll fight along.
Depends on how good it is.
So yeah, thank you for sending everything in. We appreciate it all. Again, if you are stumbling across us on anywhere, on Spotify, Google, YouTube, wherever you're listening to us, please like, share, subscribe, whatever there is out there. It's very simple stuff. It helps us grow and look forward to our future and wanting to put more stuff out for you guys, which is so much more in the works that I'm pushing to get done, and I can't wait.
It is happening. We're not just saying that to blow smoke. It is happening.
No, 100%.
We have been getting updates. Happening. It's just taken a little minute.
Yep. I've already got the update for the first thing. Just needs a couple more days to be finalised, which is completely fine. I said, no. Do what you need to do.
As long as it's
no rush.
As long as it's right.
Exactly
time
right.
Ain't nothing but
we know what it looks like.
Yeah.
And now he's waiting for the finalised version. And then extra things that are happening in the background that will eventually come to light soon as well, which definitely will. So, in saying that, thank you for listening to the You Like That podcast. My name is Adam. I have been one half of the You Like That podcast.
Yeah, and I'm still Jack. Have been Jack.
Yep.
Will be Jack.
Mm-hmm.
This bit's run its course. I need to think of a new bit.
39
I am the other half of the You Like That podcast. Almost forgot the name of the podcast.
That's all right. How could you forget us? Yeah. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you again next week.
See you guys. Cheers.